Hi, it's Richard Wicks for Discover Energy Work special on the InfoVision, I don't really know what to call it. It's like seeing without eyes. It's a class that I'm taking with Michaela Istrati. And I did the class last night, and um, that's part one. Okay. We covered some history of the method and how it developed. And really, it was really interesting. I want to keep it brief. Now, the reason I want to keep it brief is because I'm planning to do like an update pretty much every day. Got quite a lot of homework from this class to do every day, which I think is good. Like what Michaela said was, you have to put in the effort. If you're a child, this is child's play. This is kind of easy, but if you're an adult, you have to put in the effort. But the good thing is you've got the intention. You're prepared to like work for it. There were a couple of things that I thought were really interesting, and for me, like the funny thing was, of course, last night I'm using this, and I got another thing like combination. So I got like two masks on at the same time, and I just thought, I can't believe it, because I thought I would have ordered it in time. And this arrived, and this is what they recommend, which is no light comes in. So when I was doing the exercise last night, which was just wearing a blindfold for an hour, a little bit of light was coming. I've just checked that, and immediately I know there's no light coming in at all. So there was a little bit of light coming in, but it doesn't really matter. That's an interesting thing. It doesn't really matter. So we're using eyes open with a mask on. But one of the most fascinating things that Michaela Istrati from InfoVision, the co-founder of InfoVision, said was that we make this assumption that I see with my eyes, therefore if I see something, it must be my eyes. And of course, if we know logic, that isn't actually a logical statement. A logical statement has three parts. And I went, of course, yeah. So it's just that we could consider, well, there may be other ways of seeing. And we know from people who have synaesthesia, which is some people, when they hear music, they see shapes, or when somebody speaks to them, they see the shape of the voice. And synesthesia is essentially our the place where our perception is put together, if you like, assembled, takes some sound and represents it visually, and that's the way we are made. So if I blindfold for myself for a period of time, then I'm going to start to get different impressions. It's like another kind of seeing. So for me, I'm sitting there and I'm just looking around. And of course, my eyes are going up and they're going down. And I'm thinking, this reminds me a little bit of EMDR, so eye movement desensitization, or NLP, where your eyes go affect which parts of the brain are being accessed. And I'm starting to really feel movements or energy movements in my body just by, looking in different directions. And of course, there's no light. So it's really kind of a very meditative process. And I found that really amazing. And then suddenly, like, there'd be like a flash of light. And you think, what's going on there? And hearing the other people on the class, it's an online class, but you've got everybody's with you, and it really works quite well. They're saying, yeah, we got a similar story, and some people had like really interesting experiences. Well, I think everyone had really interesting experiences. And then the other thing was, I started, sometimes I would see colors. For a period of time I saw colors, And Michaela said, if you see colors, then that's DMT being produced. So you're getting your own, you might say, a ayahuasca kind of experience just by closing your eyes. So if you can close them and hold them closed for a longer period of time, or you have something which completely blindfolds you, then that's also going to work really well. Now, it's my first day. I found an interesting experience. I feel what Michaela was saying about the process being a healing process. I feel that actually working on me today. Now, it's not quantifiable yet, but I felt like there were energy movements last night in my body in places that have been rather quiet for some time, put it like that. Yeah, I thought that's definitely definitely interesting. I have got a lot of homework, so I think if you're taking the class, you need to know there is homework, and the homework, requires you spending time. So I'm going to be doing my homework every day, and my idea was to maybe even report in, I don't know, every day, but every couple of days, and give you a heads up on how that homework is going and if I'm starting to see things. What was interesting was I did, before I started last night, is I took up a blue piece of paper and I was moving it around I was blindfolded and I was moving it around. And I swear, I'm sure there was a little place where I felt I saw blue. And I know I was completely blindfolded. But even as Michaela says, it's, play with it, be a child, don't don't be too serious. Forget your assumptions, your expectations, your presuppositions. Just, be aware of your body. So all in all, it was a very, very interesting introduction. It was a very well structured talk, and there was a lot of opportunity to just give feedback and ask questions. And, I felt, very typically on classes, I felt that people just asked brilliant questions that I wish I'd asked, and they were totally the questions that needed to be asked. And I was very grateful that it was in a group. Okay, so I will get back to you with the next feedback round. And so far, it's been a very, very good experience.